Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zahra, ex-Muslim, ex-Shia. Welcome, Agor Sahil. Welcome. Namaste. Greetings. Okay, so here I am to help the Muslims see for themselves and decide. As I have this thing of putting my life at stake. You're most welcome, Agori Sahil. I said Agor, I think. You're most welcome. So here I am, right, wanting to put my life in danger for saving lives, saving Muslims from this false religion. A lot of contradictions in this Quran, and now on this word Zana. Okay, in Arabic it's Zana, right? So we'll see this maybe now. Do they now seek a religion? No, this is about willing. Sure. Okay, it starts here. So we're going to see contradictions on this word, dhana, meaning the meaning changes of this Quran word. So what does this tell us, right? What does this tell us? So here we have in Surah 69, Ayah 20, verily I was sure that I would be handed over my account. Dhanan or Zana, right? You see this transliteration, Zanan or Zana. And then here we have, this is like he's sure. This believer is sure that he would be handed over his record or his account. In Surah 69, Ayah 20. And now Surah 45, Ayah 32. And when it was said to them, surely Allah's promise is true, and there is no doubt regarding the hour of resurrection, you were one to say, we do not know what the hour is. We are simply making conjectures and are not at all certain. So then it's dhana, again, dhana, right? So this, in transliteration, it has one N here. It's a same word, dhana. Here in Surah 69 and 20, sure. I was sure, certain meaning. And here in Surah 5 and 32, it's about dhana is about conjectures. It means conjecture, guessing, guesswork, speculation. God could not have another word for this. Now there's yaqeen too, and there are people who have faith, believers who have certainty. There's an ayat I found, I can't recently, but I don't remember in which surah, in which ayat, because I've done a lot of work on this today. For me, it's in a lot, right? On sabuna is not thinking, Quran word. Sabuna. So this also, I've been working on this, trying to find out what actually sabuna means. But the Quran word I found in Quran corpus, it means thinking, thinking, thinking. But it comes from, I think the root word is calculating, or what could it be? So on that, I will say later, and I'll show you later. But let's see, first let's finish this up. So you see now here the two different meanings to the same word, a little bit different spelling, like the N, the double N here in Surah 45 or 32, but single N in Surah 69 or 20, in the transliteration of these two Quran ayats. What does this tell you? Doesn't this tell you that it would confuse? Okay, it doesn't confuse the person, but shouldn't Allah have used a different word? It wouldn't be fair, right, to the believers and even to the unbelievers. You see how it wouldn't be fair. Let's say we go to sabuna, the word. Remember this ayat, right? That I might which one? No, I didn't do this earlier, but I didn't take this ayat, but I found another the same word sabuna in another ayat, Surah 18, ayat 104, right? Those whose effort is lost in worldly life while they think they are doing well in work. Look at Maududi's translation, and who believe nevertheless that they are doing good. So for this sabuna word, here Maududi's translation, in its translation is used believe, and it's not belief, right? It's not from the word belief that is, believers, or from belief in the Quran, ya aminu, right? Believers or belief, iman. It's not iman. Excuse me. So this, right? Now what happens is thinking is, so I've done all this. I could go through this and I will to show you. So in my previous live stream, I was saying that I keep this open. We came to this in the end, the word sabuna in another ayat. Which ayat was it? Now I think I've put it here. Surely those who invented this calumny are a band from among you. Do not deem this incident an evil. Okay, Surah 24, ayat 11. It's not the same ayat that I used in the previous live stream. So here again, sabuhu, sabuhu, right? The same word, sabuna, deem. Maududi translates it in English as deem, not think, not even believe here. Believe, deem, not think. Some translator like Maududi, a translator like Maududi, translates it to in English as deem. So all this confusion. Now think here is Zana. Again, Surah 24, Ayah 12, when you heard of it, why did the believing men and women not think well of their own folk and say this is a manifest calumny, right? So thinking, again, we're back to this word Zana and the ayats about this. I've done this a long time earlier. So thinking, again, this word used for thinking here, they think. It's not guesswork. Allah should have been precise in words, using words, Arabic, for thinking, for speculation, for guesswork, for being sure, certain. But look what he's done. What a mess. So asked to use thinking in a positive way here, but Vana is used as thinking here. Thinking. Same thinking can be used in guessing. So here, Surah 53 at 28. Although they have no knowledge regarding that, they only follow their conjecture. Vana. And conjecture can never take the place of the truth. So if conjecture never can take the place of the truth, why is he telling them in Surah Nur ayat 12? why did the believing men and women not think, using that conjecture to guesswork? And now he's used it as think. Well, okay, let me show you about Sabuna. You see, I had a problem in my previous live stream. I was like, no, no, this has to be something else. It can't be thinking. So Quran corpus, it could be like, remember I worked it out a little bit, Sinbaha, float. Yeah, I was saying like, could it be that they're, like it's close to this ayat floating or something, they're tied or universally they're, how shall I say, aligned to certain universal laws, like the planets are laws of Allah, right? So, wait, word by word grammar syntax. That's, oh, no, where is it? Okay, here, you see, Sabuna is here. Ha, sin, ba. So it comes from Hisab. So calculated, they may have calculated it, thinking in this way. So many Quran ayats, they say, do you think? Think about them. I don't deny this. Like you can't even come close. They can't come close to calculating. They've done a hisab. They've calculated it to be, or speculation, like in oh no, no, sorry, what's that word? That trade, right? What is it? I've forgotten. So it's like, speculation. When you speculate, calculate. Sorry, more than speculate, you take account. So it's like calculating. See, it comes from Hesab, this Sabuna, taking into account or accounting or, like doing maths kind of a thing. But however, a lot of ayats on this hasebtum. Do you think? Tahsabana, think. So I'm just roughly saying it in Arabic. I may not be pronouncing it properly, the words. Right? So there is a word for think in Arabic, right? Like fikr, fikr. It's like reflect. Okay, that's you would say, but they also reflect or think, right? But and what other word? Reason, you intellect, understanding, or people of understanding. That's albab. So zana, even Allah uses zana for thinking, and this also for thinking. But he could have used another word, like rather than this word, siptam, or even this word, right? So confusion, like you don't know whether they have calculated that something, like in, let's say, let me they've calculated, which ayat shall I use? They deem this incident, do not deem this incident an evil. Sabuhu. Okay. Deem not, so let me use translated like Mounted. Surah 24, I think, 12. When you heard of it, why did the believing men, okay, not this one. Thinking, asked to use thinking in a positive way. Same thinking can be used in guessing, conjecture. Let's go to Sabu. Where is that? Explicit. Akal So using akal now, the Quran doesn't use the word akal explicitly, but its verbal forms such as yaqalun appear 49 times. Intellect is important because it allows humans to understand God's signs in nature. And in the Quran or other scriptures, so these or signs in nature, surah, these ayats, and also and in the Quran or other scriptures. So thinking is important, right? The word akal, verbal such as yaqiluna. Intellect is important. So this is the intellect. When there is albab, the men of understanding. Sorry, I made a mistake here. Men, I spelt it. I misspelt it. So this is albab, men of understanding, Surah 49. And then fakaru, fakaru. I do not admonish one, stand up before Allah in pairs, singly, and reflect, says Jinnati. Companion is not possessed. Wait, let me see. Oh, here it comes. So back to the ayat on sabuna, which does not mean thinking, but something else. It will be those whose effort went astray in the life of the world and who believe nevertheless that they are doing good. So this is the same Surah 18, ayat 104 I've brought down here. Yes. Oh, where's that ayat that I used in the previous live stream? Oh, here it is. Surah 7, ayat 30. A group of you he guided, and a group deserved to be in error. Indeed, they had taken the devils as allies instead of Allah, while they thought that they were guided. Right? So I realized that sabuna should not be really thinking. It's more than thinking, it's like calculating. When you speculate and you calculate, or you're tied to something which your mind, when your mind is tied to a certain, let's say, thing, then its pattern of thinking is different, right? For example, Sunni school of thought's pattern is different than the Shia school of thought, although they're Muslims, both of them. But the pattern of thinking is different. Like maybe the sabuna word also comes from like um, giving your mind, like tying your mind to some planetary or some universal mind of Allah. It's calculatingly going to it like this universal mind. Forget Allah's mind, just the universal mind, reaching it through logic or calculations, mathematical, and then reaching to the universal mind. This is what sabuna should be, I think. Not even reflection. Tafakuru, fikr, from fikr. So this is what I'm trying to tell you, right? But here I found neither does it lie in the sun's power to overtake the moon, nor can the night outstrip the day, and all glide along in its own orbit. Yasbahun, although it has a H here, it's not yasbaun, right? It's yasbahun. But you see this, how they float like this means floating or gliding or swimming in its own orbit, right? So by calculating how to use my mind, akal, so we can be universe, our minds, this would be like come to a pure reasoning, not reasoning that is using reason, like Allah says, and use your reason. No, it's like very calculated way, using it tied to some universal mind, so that we don't go wrong, because we can use the intellect in this way, use it in another way. You get it? Different patterns of thoughts come from using the intellect in one way or another way. Like Sunni school of thought has different pattern of thinking than the Shia school of thought. So we'll come to the will of Allah too. So will of Allah is unlimited. Okay, this I'll do later. And I'm not even going with my notes. So what I found is the contradiction in Zanan. You see the same word in this way used, but only the spelling has changed a little bit. The double N here and the single N here. This one is sure. So sure means Zanan, sure. Certain. Surah 69, ayat 20. And in Surah 45, ayat 32, it's Zanan again, but with a different meaning, conjectures for the disbelievers. So you see how you can be confused and misguided if you don't know the proper meaning of the word. Your Allah does know. And someone has to correct it. Thanks to whoever led me to this, or, thanks much. Or my self studies. And I'm much grateful to those who have helped me. Really grateful, appreciate it. So Surah 2, ayat 46. Now you see what is used for certain? Zununa. Surah 2, ayat 46. Who realize, or who are certain, Sahih International. Maududi, who realize, Sahih International, who are certain that they will meet their Lord and that they will return to Him. So if you say it's okay to use this word for the believers, we know they are certain. But for the disbelievers, we know this word is used as conjecturing, guessing, speculating. No, it's not. Take the word sabuna. That kind of a thinking would go into calculating, maybe, and not even reflecting. Right? So it would make it misguides you. You know how? It misguides you. So the same word you'll say, oh, because this is for Allah has put it for the believers in Surah 2, ayat 46, who are certain that they will meet the Lord. We know in Surah 45, ayat 24, that He has used it for the disbelievers. They say there is no life other than our present worldly life. Allah has used it for the disbelievers as speculation, conjecturing, guessworking, or guessing, or speculating. We understand. No problem with these ayats. Please see, there is a problem. They say there is no life other than our present worldly life. Herein we live and we die, and it is only time that destroys us. Yet the fact is that they know nothing about this and are only conjecturing. Yadhunun, right? in Surah 45 ayat 24, transliteration of this word conjecturing, dhunun. And in Surah 2 ayat 46, same, dhunun. Now, doesn't make a difference. It's same. If double N here and single N there, or double, oh, it's both, for both, they've put in transliteration double N. So you see, you would not know what kind of a mind you are using, what kind of patterns of mind you are using, where you are using pure reasoning. Is it pure reasoning? Where you are using in the intellect, akal, reason, where you are calculating and using your reason through calculations, isaba, accounting, weighing, summing. And so, how would you even speculate? Okay, now God says in Surah 69, ayat 51, and indeed it is the truth of certainty. What is the transliteration of this ayat? I mean, the Arabic word used, al-haqqa, truth, al-yaqeen, certainty. So shouldn't he have used yaqeen in rather than zana for the believers, zanan or zunun, right? Rather than the same conjecturing, guessworking, or guessing. For the believers in the Quran ayats, like the yaqeen, they are certain, they are sure, certainty. And there's something also. They say there's no life. Okay. So did I read the fact that they know nothing of, yeah, I read the whole thing, right? So these are atheists, total disbelievers. They're not even polytheists who believe, who associate others with Allah and who worship and all this. So this ayat, Surah 45, ayat 24 is for the total disbelievers, I think. Yet the fact is that they know nothing about this and are only conjecturing. They have no knowledge, but they're only guessing. There's no life other than our present worldly life. Herein we live and we die, and it is only time that destroys us. Zunun. And these for the believers, Surah 2 ayat 46, who are certain. Sahih International puts it in English for Zunun, for the believers who are certain that they will meet their Lord and that to Him is their return, right? So the word Zunun is used in the same way it is used for the disbelievers in Surah 45 ayat 24. You get it? So now Surah 69 ayat 42, nor is this the speech of a soothsayer. Little do you reflect. Now for reflection, or what other translation could be used? The others have used. No, could be used, but what other translators have used? For Surah 69 and 42, that the Karun, where's Fakarun? F, where's the F here? For Fikr, it's gone. This is also a problem. Okay, so they have to reflect that this is not the speech of a soothsayer, and he's not possessed of jinn. And for reflection, where's that the Fakarun? F is missing here. Fikr, it means reflecting, or what else? Let's go to fikr now. All the ayats that I have found on fikr. right? Yes, Bahun. They thought Sabuna. And what is the 70 cubits? Insert him. Sabuna. This is 70. Then into a chain whose length is 70 cubits inside. Oh God. And Surah Haqqa, ayat 32. Okay. Let's go to where are we go? Fakkaru. Tafakkaru. Here it is. Surah 34, ayat 46. Say, I do not admonish you on, say, I do admonish you on one point that you do stand up. I'll just make it easy for you. Ya means you, that you do stand up before Allah in pairs or singly and reflect. So I've chosen the translation for this ayat, reflect. They have used different words. And reflect, your companion is not possessed, meaning he's not possessed, right? With a jinn or a spirit. Your companion is not possessed. Jinnatin, okay? This is not the other kind of madness, like this is possessed. He is no less than a warner to you in the face of a terrible penalty. In the face of a terrible penalty, actually, it should be. So let's look at this. Tatafakkaru. Fakkaru is fikr, is reflection. So then there is this other thought, fikr or reflection, thought, because translators put it as thought. Do they not think or you be? Okay, so and there's this other word for thought, fikr or reflection in English translation, Arabic fikr. They put it like this. Then Surah 14, ayat 52. There's also men of understanding, right? So the word is used, the albab, men of understanding. Surah 14, ayat 52. This is a proclamation for all mankind that they may be warned by it and that they may know that their God is none but the one, true God. And that men of understanding may take heed. How can they take heed when the will, you see, I showed you from the will of Allah. If Allah will, there's no limitation. He can will that he have a son, he can have a son, choose a son from his creation. Surah Zumar ayat 4. This also. So how can men of understanding can understand that the will of Allah can do everything and anything, but that Allah is one and therefore he can't, or Allah is all prevailing and therefore he can't use his will to choose from his creation and intend to have a son. Surah Zumar ayat 4. So sorry to see that Allah is using all these, avoid much negative assumption. Okay, Surah 49. Did I complete this about, did you understand? So you see here it's that the fakkaro, meaning reflect, and then we reflect that he's not possessed. How can we reflect that he's not possessed? Huh? Reflecting means contemplating on, comparing. The light reflects some object. So how can we reflect to know that he is not possessed? This you're not told. Then in Surah 81, ayat 23, and he has already seen Gabriel It doesn't say this, right? This is the Tafsir ibn Kathir in English. I don't know who's in this Quran ayat, Surah 81, ayat 23. The ayat doesn't say he's seen Gabriel in the clear. Does it say this? No. The true translation, Muhammad Taqiyuddin al-Hilali, and indeed saw him in the clear horizon. You see here, it's good that they put it in brackets, Jibrail or Gabriel, and in the clear horizon. You remember Surah Najm ayats too? So he saw Jibrail and no one else saw it because they told him, Allah tells them, why do you dispute with him what he saw in his heart, Fu'ad? And so he could be possessed and he could be hallucinating and he could be seeing something that is not there. Or he could be seeing something which the idol worshippers see and make it as idols, representing it with an idol, right? The greatest signs of Allah or signs, Surah Najm. Now, no one else saw. He only saw Surah Najm ayat. He only saw him. And Allah has not even put here Jibreel. In the clear horizon, right? So how can men of understanding or men of the fakaro, sorry here, your companion is not, how can they reflect? How can they use their mind? You will need your mind to reflect, something to reflect on, right? With the mind, mind's eyes, right? Or heart's eyes. What? Surah 34 at 46. And another thing is that the end, where's that ayat? Tatakarun. Oh, in translate, let me see, Surah 69 ayat 42. Just need to check if there's a mistake. Surah 69. Ayat 42. Oh, the Karuna. Do they not remember? Oh, do they not receive admonition? Oh, zikr, from it comes from zikr. The oh, it means do they not recall? Okay, I got it. It doesn't mean reflect, it means remembering. So, nor the word of a soothsayer, little do you remember. Have you been told that, oh, maybe in the former scriptures, that a messenger, a prophet will come? Okay, this is not from, you see, these different translations, reflect and remember. Remember is better, yeah, not reflect. Get me confused. The karuna, the karuna, zikr, like, you know, when you're doing repeating Allah, zikr, no, zikr is remembering Allah, remembering Ar-Rahman, Allah, remembering, right? Zikr. So we're admonishing. Okay. So however this is used here. Oh, this is not, sorry, it's my mistake. The, the, oh, sorry, I can't. He's not a kahin, right? Soothsayer. Oh, sorry, no. This is not the speech of a soothsayer, meaning Prophet Muhammad is not a kahin. Okay, remember, Maududis put reflect. No. This is not reflect. That the fakkarun is reflection. Could be, yeah. Could be reflection. Put as reflection in English. Okay. So all these problems, but a very easy, anyways, to explain that easy different meanings of Zana. For the believers, it's different. For the disbelievers, it's different meaning. So to explain that it's not right if you say it's right, it's okay. We got it from Allah that for the believers it means certainty when He uses it, and for the disbelievers it means guessing. So it's not right. I explained why. Because sabuna could mean, and your Allah doesn't know. So, like I've shown you, right, the subtle signs also in another ayat that He's stolen it. And that's why this ayat doesn't come true. The will of Allah is not here in this ayat, right? Bad side of Allah's will. Surah 10, ayat 16. Say, I had such a cognitive dissonance in this. Even now, I think my head is. Say, if Allah had willed, I would not have recited it to you. So you see how. So Allah's will is not in this, that He should recite it to you. Now, how should He have put it? Allah should have put it. Say, if Allah had not willed, I would not have recited it to you. Not that if Allah had willed, I would not have recited it to you. Then, if you take this ayat, it means Allah's will is not present here. Allah didn't want him, Allah didn't will him to recite it to you, nor did He will it that He would make it known to you. Right? You see this? So, where maybe he's plagiarized, copied the style of the polytheists when they say, if Allah had say if Allah had willed, we would not have worshipped. Surah 16, ayat 35. And those who associate others with Allah, the polytheists say, if Allah had willed, we would not have worshipped anything other than Him. Neither we nor our fathers, and it goes on. Thus, so the style, see, what a thing, right? He's copied. So he copied the Sahid style for Surah 10, ayat 16 and got it wrong. Surah 16, ayat 35. See, Surah Zumar, ayat 4, Surah 39, ayat 4. If Allah had intended to take a son, He could have chosen from what He creates, whatever He willed. So why doesn't He use His will, His intention, and His choice? Exalted is He. He is Allah, the One, the Prevailing. That's why He doesn't use His will. So what happens to His will here? According to this ayah, Surah 39, ayat 4, Allah, by intention, choice, and will, has a son, can have a son, but he's above his intention, choice, and will. So in being, Allah, the one and the all prevailing. I just haven't corrected this, haven't at the time, and forgotten also perhaps. Will, by his will, have a son, right? Let me do it now. By his will, have a son. Okay, now back to that. Oops, here. Sabuna is not thinking in just thinking. Let's let me give me a chance to work this out, right? Show you a little bit, even though there are ample ayats, they say think, but in certain cases where they're saying like they think they are doing well in work, which ayat shall I use? Shall I use? They think. Oh, Surah Araf, Surah 7, ayat 30. Look, a group he guided and a group deserved error. Indeed, they had taken the devils as allies instead of Allah, while they thought they were guided. How did they think they were guided? Sabuna would be taking account by following devils that they are guided. Certain, while they were certain that they were guided. I mean, for Sabuna, no, for what? Zana. No, that's Zana. So they may have calculated or they may have tied themselves to a certain planet like the moon is maybe that which has effect on the mind, or Mercury, which they say is the planet which affects the mind. So these are, you see, when Mercury affecting in Hinduism, I think affecting the mind, your thoughts. Oh, Mercury, the planet. Neurological and behavioral disorders may be observed after inhalation, ingestion. What's this? Mercury world. This is okay. This is the no. Mercury. Which planet affect affects effects of Mercury? Nervous system, digestive, immune systems, lungs, kidneys, skin, eyes. Exposure to Mercury. Wait a minute. Let me put it this way. Which planet affects our thoughts or mind? Mercury, the planet of communication, thinking, and mental processes, goes retrograde 3 or 4 times a year, often throwing people's minds into a whirlwind. Mercury does this, astrology and mental. This is Times of India. You see, you'll get it from India, Bharat. Then we have So there's a planet where Mercury affects in a negative way, and then which planet gives peace of mind? The moon, Astro Era says the moon is the primary planet responsible for peace of mind as it governs emotions and mental stability. Hindustan Times. What does each planet mean in astrology and how it impacts each zodiac sign's life? Mercury affects your thinking and communication. Its influence can vary depending on whether it's in retrograde or which dot dot dot. Hindustan Times. You see? So they may have calculated, like planets, they calculate, right? That this planet affects the mind in this way, in a positive way. So I'll tie my mind to this planet. So they have calculatedly thought and thus feel they are guided by the planets which Allah has called devils here. And they thought they were guided. Sabuna is they thought. Yeah, Sabuna would be they thought. Annahum, and they were guided. Tadun. Tadun. Okay? You get it? While they know which planets they can tie their minds to so that they think in that way and not get affected wrongly by by Mercury if they have to tie their mind to the moon, right? Proclaim the bounties of Allah. Surah Dhahayat. Every planet could have effect or stars. You know, the North Star is what? The ships, they used to follow the stars, right? For guidance before, or what? Travelers. So it's not just Allah, Allah, Allah. I'll just say Allah and I'll be okay. Even Hazrat Shuwe, who was he? Hazrat Job. He said, "Oh Allah, Satan has distressed me." So Allah then told him, gave him methods, right? Take this, do do this, stamp on the ground. God knows what. Take some twigs. So you see, only Allah, only take Allah's name and all jadoo will go, all negative effects will go, all this will go, all that will go. When Allah has given you things here, proclaim the bounties of Allah, use them, herbs He has given you for healing purposes, not only prayers and all that. You can get, avail that, those plants, herbs, flowers. What else is there? So back to Ayats on Sabuna, which does not mean thinking, but something else. See, Maududi has to put who believe for Sabuna in Surah 18, Ayat 104, but not in Surah 7, Ayat 30, right? What does he do in Surah 7, Ayat 30? Maududi's translation in English, Surah 7, Ayat 30. He doesn't put belief. He puts think, even though they think that they are rightly guided. Here he doesn't put belief. Believe for sabuna. Yeah, here, sabuna, right? But there he puts believe. Maududi's translation for Surah 18, Ayat 104. If you don't believe me, I'll show you again in the website. Surah 18, Ayat 104. Surah Kahf, Sabuna. Here they've put Maududi. Let's see what he's put. See? It will be those whose effort went astray in the life of the world and who believe nevertheless that they are doing good. Say International puts think. Yusuf Ali puts thought. While they thought, think, thinking. So, okay, through this mess, I've tried to help myself and you to know that there's this way of thinking which these polities knew, and they're called they are we're told that they are following these devils, and they think they are rightly guided, but the devils may have told them, the planets or the angels. Another thing to note, which I brushed through, I think I mentioned, Surah Najm ayat, you see. Why does Allah swear by the star? By the star when it descends. And who is descending? But and some here Maududi put sets. Why? Why this? Opens implies pleads pleads. Zamakshari held the same interpretation. Why the seven sisters? Huh? Stars, seven sisters. Wait, but why does God swear by the star which goes down, right? Which descends. And now who has descended? Jibrail. So he doesn't speak of his own, nor is he astray. It's not but a revealed thing taught to him by one intense in strength, i.e., they put Jibrail, but Allah has not mentioned Jibrail here. Taught to him, taught to him by one in strength, one of soundness, and he rose to his true form. He rose, istawa. Who else rose? Allah rose when he made the throne, or what? When he created the throne? While he was in the higher horizon, right? Ufuqi. Then he comes down, he descends. Then he approached and descended. So here for descend came down, fadallah. Fadallah, fadal. Come. So he came down. So he came and descended, Zana, and came down. Okay. He descended, suspended. Okay, he suspended or came closer. So some say he descended. Who by the star, what does Allah swear on? First ayat of this surah. By the star that comes down, or some say it sets. But you know, there are many problems. You see how many problems in this Quran ayat? And he revealed to his servant what he revealed. It's not clear. The heart did not lie what it saw. Here the heart sees. not the eyes of the prophet even, not lied the heart what it saw. Fu'ad, this also. So will you dispute with him over what he saw? They didn't see it. And he certainly saw him in another descent. So yes, it's coming down, it's being revealed. Ukhra, another nazla. Okay, so this, it's descent, second time. He saw it. Maududi says he saw him in a second time, and it goes on, and the different translations, and please see this mess. Even these who knew Arabic so well and English both to have translated it, the Arabic ayat in English, have different use different English words, and it could make a world of a difference. You could miss the point, the dot on which even the such justice is done, that the earth, if it misses 0.000001, earth would, the globe would collapse, the planet would collapse. How it's going around, spinning in its own axis, the planet earth. So it would be such a thing, right? Such a injustice to you if you don't understand these things, like which planet to get your mind to hook on. So you are, your mind is the mind of the universe. With the mind of the universe, that planet that Allah, God has sent down, that planet that God has created, sorry for making these mistakes, not prepared for this properly, right? Avoid much negative assumption. Indeed, some assumption is sin, and do not spy, backbite, eat. Okay, did, and oh, you who have believed, avoid much. Okay, it says much assumption, and assumption, Surah 49, 9, 12. But assumption, where's that ayat which says that most of them only follow conjectures? Here it is, Surah 10, ayat 36. And surely Zana, right, or Zanan, surely conjecture, can be no substitute for truth, right? Then how are the believers? Now this word, Allah has used Zana, and He said, now this ayat goes against, there's a contradiction. Instead of going in details and showing you other ayats and how you are deceived, I could have just used Surah 10, ayat 36 and gone to that. As you see, because Zana is not a substitute for truth. It can never be a substitute for truth, right? Surely, conjecture can be no substitute for truth. Surely. La yughni minna al-haqqi. Zana. Surely not be a substitute. Inna. Where? Surely. Wa inna, where is it? And surely conjecture. Where's the wa? And aktarahum illa thana inna, and it doesn't say wa. Surely conjecture can be no substitute for truth, right? Conjecture, Zana cannot be a substitute for truth or any certainty even. Then how come here it says, how many ayats have I used? Then here, Surah 69, ayat 20. Verily I was sure that I would be handed over my account. Dhanan, dhanan, same word, dhanan, dhanan, same word. Allah says there in that ayat, surely conjecture, dhana, can be no substitute for truth. Now why is a believer saying that sure, I am sure, using dhana for being sure? The word dhana, I'm sure, dhana, that I would be handed over my account. Huh? Please tell me. And Surah 2 ayat 46, who realize, Sahih International, was certain, dhununa, that ultimately they will have to meet the Lord and that to him they are destined to return. How can you use this zana as certainty or realization, to be sure of it? The believers will meet the Lord, and to him is they are destined to return to Allah. And then if you say, oh, this zununa, no, then the same zunun is used in Surah 45 ayat 24 for the disbelievers. They say there is no life other than our present worldly life. Herein we live and we die, and it is only time that destroys us. Yet the fact is that they know nothing about this and are only conjecturing. Zunun. How you are misguided. Another thing that I'm okay, here you would say, what would you say here? Well, they would not have done it. Surah 6, ayat 112. And thus we have made for every prophet an enemy, devils from mankind and jinn, inspiring to one another decorative speech in delusion. Inspiring, it's like wahi. But if your Lord had willed, they would not have done it. Right? So leave them and that which they invent. Lord could have stopped them by his will, but you'll say, no, you go to the Christians, even the Christians will agree with you that God has given us free will and he will not impose his will on us. That would be such a injustice to us. But then, you see, why didn't he? You would say Allah doesn't compel anyone, because that would be an injustice to the rational mind thinkers. That's why he's given us a mind. He's given us a will that we submit to his will by choice, not by compulsion, by understanding, having knowledge and things like that. So then what is this? Surah 3 ayat 83 says, do they now seek a religion other than prescribed by Allah, even though all that is in the heavens excuse me, and the earth is in submission to him, Allah, aslama, willingly or unwillingly. So those who are in submission to him in the heavens and the earth, unwillingly, has Allah been unjust to them? And to him all shall return. That's not important for a point. The important point is willingly or unwillingly. Submit to him, meaning to Allah, right? Aslama. Then is Allah unjust to the ones who are unwillingly submitting to Allah? Unwillingly. It says here, Quran, Surah 3 at 83. So these ayats on Zana, let me just show you Al-Bab ayats, or men of under. So, okay, I'll now start with my notes. Surah 18, ayat 104. Ya Sabuna. Sabuna on Sabuna. Believe. You see Maududi. So Maududi has used believe instead of thinking. English translation of this Quran ayat on the word Sabuna. Thinking here is not zana, guessing or positive thought. That is it's think positively, think well, used in Surah Nur ayat to tell the believers, why did you not think well of them? But the word well is used, right? So it's zana is used there, guessing or positive, okay? So thought, so this zana this conjecturing or guessworking that Allah has used in different ayats for different meaning, for the disbelievers meaning guesswork, speculation, isn't that? He has also used it to say that why do you not think in this way term? Think well of those. In Surah 21, Surah 24, Ayat 12. When you heard of it, why did the believing men and women not think well of their own folk and say, this is a manifest calumny? Dhana, right? Well, think well. You would say, oh, this is for the believers, but earlier on I explained to you that it shouldn't be so like this. Even though you may understand it, but you could be confused. You don't know how deceived you are. You don't think you are confused. This is from Allah, right? But how misguided you are, you don't know. Brainwashed also. Zana, right? So we come to this. I've done this in a older live stream. So now again, where am I? Going back to my notes. So this thinking here is not dhana, guessing or positive thought, nor from intellect as reason. So where does this kind of thinking come from? I told you it could come from hisab, calculating, and all that. I explained. So Surah 7, Ayat 171. What is this? And recall when we shook the mountain over them as though it were a canopy, and they thought that it was going to fall over them. Dhanu. Dhana from dhana. Zana, and we said, hold firmly to that which we have given you and remember what is in it, that you may guard against evil. So recall when he shook the mountain over them as though it were a canopy, and they thought that it was going to fall over them, right? Maybe this is Hazrat Musa's time or when, and his people and him on the mountain or at the mountain. So now Zana used here to me, of course, like it's used as for the disbelievers. They thought wrong. They thought wrong. Okay? This is how they thought, and they thought wrong. So now Allah has used zana here, and then, all this mess up. For sabu, what has he used? In translation, Abu al-Maududi says deemed, considered. It could be deemed, could mean considering. Also, similar word, same meaning. Now for sabu here, Maududi has used deem. There he's used believe. Another one has used thinking. Now, Surah 24, Ayat 11, surely those who invented this calumny are banned from among you. Do not deem Zana. No, sorry, this is Sabuh. Do not deem this incident an evil for you. Nay, it is good for you. Every one of them has accumulated sin in proportion to his share in this guilt. And he who has a greater part of it shall suffer a mighty chastisement. Deem nothing, some translator like Maududi, but Sabuhu as deem, consider. So working out, and I've showed you how that I worked at Sabu could be calculating and putting your mind to calculations. Which planet or how to be, come to be connected with the universal mind or yoked. So you think with surety. So even your mind is guided and controlled. Controlled in the sense that by the true owner of this like universal mind. So you're aligned with the universal mind. You can't go here and there thinking, Akal, using intellect or using that, right? Oh my goodness. That's why you see the Ismailis, I think, had to put that Prophet Muhammad, God created the first thing God created was intellect. Then, and Prophet Muhammad is the intellect, the first and highest, I think. But no, I think Sabu is better. And so using intellect, we'll also see about that. Surah 24 at 12. When you heard of it, why did you believing think well, not well of it? Okay. So this I've done thinking, asked to use thinking in a positive way. Zana, here in Surah 24 ayat 12. Then same thinking can be used in guessing. Surah 53 ayat 28. Although they have no knowledge regarding that, they only follow their conjecture, guessworking, guessing. They have no knowledge of it. God puts that blame on them, right? And they only follow the conjecture, and conjecture, guessing can never take the place of the truth. Zana. Surah 10, ayat 36. Most of them only follow conjectures, and surely conjecture can be no substitute again for truth. Another ayat from Surah 10, that was from Surah 53, ayat 28. This is from Surah 10, ayat 36, again on Zana. It can never be a substitute for truth. Allah is well aware of whatever they do. Right? Can never take the place of the truth. Then Surah 49, ayat 12. Avoid much assumption, still on Zana. Right? Indeed, some assumption is sin, and do not spy or backbite each other. Okay, we did Zana, right? Now we come to Aql. The Quran doesn't use the word Aql explicitly, but its verbal forms such as Yaqilun appear 49 times. Intellect is important because it allows humans to understand God's signs in nature. So Surah 2 ayat 164, Surah 13 ayat 4, Surah 16 ayat 12, Surah 23 ayat 8, and in the Quran or other scriptures, Surah 2 ayat 44, Surah 3 ayat 65, Surah 3 ayat 118, Surah 10 ayat 16, Surah 11 ayat 51. Source Wikipedia on Aql in the Quran. That's all I had to take of it. Didn't take the Quranites. We've done enough on akal, right? If you do not use your reason, then God will put abomination on you. That Quranite. So then there is albab, the men of understanding. Surah 14, ayat 52. Let's try to understand this. This is a proclamation for mankind that they may be warned by it and that they may know that their God is none but the one true God, and that men of understanding may take heed. Take heed. Yathakaro. Take heed. Pay heed. Men of understanding. Albab. How would you do that? I don't know. Take heed. Let's go down. Take heed. Tathakarun. Nor is this the speech of a soothsayer. Little do you remember. Say international or take heed. Take heed. Tathakarun. Right? Back to that ayat. Little do you take heed. So men of understanding take heed about it, that there's only one God. Remember, there's only one God, true God. How do you remember that there's only one God? Your Lord, am I not your Lord? That's Lord is that's Rab, right? On that level. How can you take heed that there's one God, one true God? Hmm? Illan, Illahun Wahidun. How do you take heed that there's only one God? Remember the witness thing I did? You can't witness even. Okay, so how do you remember that there's one God? How do you pay attention? What are the ayats that is? Remember, believe that he's remembering, taking heed that he's one God. Your God is one. But this is a proclamation for all mankind that they may be warned by it and that they may know through this Quran that their God is none but one true God. Annama huwa illahun wahidun. One God. So we can, you can believe. Yes, the Quran ayats can make you believe that there's one God. And now how to come about this? O men of understanding, Al-Bab. Oh, how are these, how do you apply the understanding to understand something? Ask. And then here, anyways, here we'll just skip that question and not leave it unanswered, like, oh, men of understanding. Polities are not men of understanding, right? Because they don't see that God is one. But we can do something about this ayat. The will of Allah says, the will of Allah, Surah Zumar ayat. Going back to Surah Zumar ayat 4. Allah intended. So how can the men of understanding understand that there's one God? Because the will of Allah, Surah Zumar ayat If Allah, even the intention of Allah, if Allah had intended to take a son, he could have chosen, even with his choice. So with his intention, he has chosen, he could have chosen from what he creates, whatever he willed. So the polytheists and the Christians, you would say, are stuck on his will, his intention, his will and his intention. And they are not those men of understanding who pay heed that, no, but beyond his will and his intention is what? He himself being exalted, and Allah, the one and the prevailing. Now, how the men of understanding have taken heed to this? How the men of understanding have taken heed to this? Oh, Al-Bab, O men of understanding. How have you taken heed to this? That the will and the intention of Allah can make him, he can, with his will and his intention, have a son, choose a son. And why not? Why not? It puts a lid on his intention and his will. Just because he says, exalted is he is Allah, the one, the prevailing. You get it? Now, would it make a difference to his being Allah, the one, the prevailing, exalted, if he applied his intention and his will, his intention to choose a son from what he creates, whatever he wills, right? Oh, those who are not men of understanding, those who associate with Allah, say that if Allah willed, we would not have associated anyone with Allah. No we, nor our fathers. So they use the unlimited will, intention also. With his intention, he can just say be and it is. And they say it will not make a difference then, right? Because he has unlimited will, and by his intention to take a son, he can. He chooses by his intention from what he creates, whatever he wills. He himself says it here in Surah 39, ayat 4. So what stops him from doing that? He says, exalted is he himself. He is Allah, the one, the prevailing. So this would mean it puts a lid on his will and his intention to choose. His intention. Oh my goodness. So what do we do now? What has happened here? According to this ayat, Allah by intention choosing and will having a son. Whatever he willed. What he creates, whatever he willed. Unlimited. But he's above his intentions and will in being Allah, the one, the all prevailing, the exalted, above all which they associate with him. Surah Nahl ayat. The decree of Allah comes. Seek you not to hasten it. Allah is above what they associate with him. Surah Nahl ayat, beginning. And here also the one. Would it make a difference to him, his oneness? What should he have said here? You see, what he creates, whatever he willed, he could have had a son without partners, without having a companion. Then another Quran ayat he says, how can Allah have a son when he has no companion? And there's another contradiction. Here he says, if Allah had intended to take a son, he could have chosen from what he creates, whatever he willed. So even from what he creates, whatever he willed, with his intention and will, how come it's conflicting with, now his intention and his will is conflicting with, exalted is he himself, meaning he is Allah, the one, the prevailing, my goodness. Something is wrong here, right? Something is drastically, devastatingly wrong. There's a great conflict in his will, intention, will, sorry, I keep saying will, his intention to take a son and choosing what he creates, from what he creates, whatever he willed, to being exalted is he. So against, exalted is he. They are at variant now. They are in conflict, right? His intention and his will. Mind you, he doesn't say, notice, he doesn't say that I'm the creator. I cannot have a son. How can I have a son? How can I have a son when I'm the creator? And I create out of nothing, like he told Zachariah in Surah Maryam. I create out of nothing. I created you out of nothing. Your wife is barren. She will have a son. I will give you a son. You are old. I will still give you a son. I haven't I created you out of nothing, Zachariah, Surah Maryam ayat, right? And if I intended to take a son, I could have chosen from what I create, whatever I willed. So what's the point was on Zachariah before that? It doesn't say that I created out of nothing then. And so how can I have, why should I have a son? No, why should I have a son? Even then, if it says that, no, he can't say that, right? Okay, so let's not complicate things. I'm not even prepared much for this. Let's just, I think, why should I have why should I have a son? I can have a son if I intend to have a son. That's it. He could have chosen from what he creates, whatever he willed. But why now against all this, his intention, the choice he makes, and from what he creates, whatever he willed, exalted. So he's going against himself in this intention of his and choice, making a choice, and what he willed. And from his creation also he can do it. And being one will, then it should not make a difference when he can do it. He can do it, he can do it, he can do it through his intention, be and it is, take a son. Just taking a son, he could have chosen from what he creates, whatever he willed. I think this comes from a Christian person at that time telling him, please see this. Not come, it doesn't come from Allah, the true polytheist God, or the Arab Jews and even Christians called their God. This Quran says, or maybe even the Islamic history says, Allah, their God Allah, and not Yahweh. But who could they have taken it from? The polytheists, right? Because what does Allah, okay, in Arabic, maybe Allah means God. Allah, the God. So it should have been like this, the God, a bracket in between Allah. It should have been Al, then like this. So say if Allah had willed, we would not have worshipped anything other than Him, right? Yes, they are correct about this, right? Taking Surah Zumar ayat 4, Surah 16 ayat 35, and those who associate others with Allah say, if Allah had willed, because His will is unlimited, we see in Surah Zumar ayat 4, Surah Zumar ayat 4. He can even take a son. His intention is also unlimited. If Allah intended, He can just say to it, be, and it is. Or He can take a son in Surah Zumar ayat 4. He says, if Allah had intended to take a son, He could have chosen from what He creates, whatever He willed. So at least in this, see that Allah can do this, right? Allah can do this. So the polytheists are right. In Surah 69:35, they are correct, right? And those who associate others with Allah say, if Allah had willed, we would not have worshipped anything other than Him. They can associate with Allah and even worship them other than Him. And what's that Quran ayat which says? Polytheists say, other than Allah they worship, but they take them with Allah as associates. There's ayat, if you say here, other than Allah, it says, I will show you another ayat, which again, you see, I should have did so much today for me. So they take other than Allah, they take other than Allah, they take partners, associates, other than Allah, and they worship them with Allah, or something like this, right? It's with Allah. So if you are in doubt about this, also if this question comes up, they've taken the no. They worship besides Allah others who can neither harm. And those are our intercessors. They are our intercessors with Allah. Thank God I found this ayat. Surah 10, Surah Yunus, ayat 18, not Jadiyah. You see, and they worship from other than Allah. They worship from other than Allah that which does not harm them, nor does it benefit them. And they say, sorry, I'm just putting it in my words. They say, these are our intercessors with Allah. Ainda, with Allah. Although the ayat says they worship other than Allah, should it be justified for them? No. Because what do they take them as? Intercessors with Allah. With Allah. My goodness. Not other than Allah. Here with Allah. Surah Zumar ayat 3. They take partners other than Allah to worship them. But you see, all this, they say they are our intercessors with Allah. And they worship other than Allah, besides Allah. They worship, it says about them in this Quran ayat, that which neither harms them nor benefits them. And they say these are our intercessors with Allah. With Allah. Thank God they've made a mistake here. I'm showing you. Say, do you inform Allah of something He does not know in the heavens or on the earth? Now, this blame on them. So does Prophet Muhammad know about Allah? Say, do you inform Allah? Prophet Muhammad, do you inform Allah of something He does not know in the heavens or on the earth? Right? How has this come to him? How do you know this yuhi, this revelation is not from shaitan to him? See that ayat also. They say he's possessed. Or do you say he's possessed? Or do you not reflect that there's no madness, there's no jinnati, it's not possessed? How are they to reflect? He's seen in Surah Najm by the star that comes down. What, what did he hallucinate? Why, in the beginning, Allah is saying by the star that comes down. And then Jibrail is seen on the horizon. My goodness. And then no one has seen it except him. His companions have not seen it. And yet Allah tells them, are you disputing with him what he saw in his heart? Fu'ad. So all this really a terrible way to tell someone that should you not reflect that he's not possessed when he could have hallucinated. And if the polities had seen Jibrail on the horizon, what would he have said? Huh? Don't testify with them. They're lying. This is how the Quran ayats are against polytheists. If they say we have proof, bring your proof. And if they even testify, don't testify with them against these polytheists. Yeah, do you inform Allah? No, we're informing you, Prophet Muhammad. Because your Allah cannot be seen, is beyond even existence, Shia Islam, Imam Ali, beyond even, and not even his attributes. So deny him his attributes, Sermon 1 of Najul Balagh. Now, how do you know it's Allah? And he doesn't even talk to, he has only spoken to Hazrat Musa. Any other prophet he has spoken to? No, no. Musa is Kalim Allah, Kalim Allah. Ibrahim is Khalil Allah, friend of Allah. So, would he ever speak to any believer like he spoke to Musa? He didn't even speak to Prophet Muhammad. So, how do you know? How do we know that Allah is telling you these things? Or are you going to inform Allah? And these ayats are coming from Allah, that you are telling it to us like this. Say, do you inform Allah of something he does not know in the heavens or on earth? Who has he used here? Mediators. Jibrail, whom they, even the companions with him have not seen. Surah Najm ayat. Okay? Exalted is he and high above what they associate with him. Even associating with him, Allah is saying how like he's exalted, glorified, subhanahu, subhana wa ta'ala, exalted, glorified and exalted above what they associate. Yushrikuna with him. With him. In what way in Surah Taqweer is this Rasul Kareem? Isn't he associated with him? Isn't Waliyakum, the messenger and the believer, bows and gives zakat? Associate, same, on the same level as Waliyakum with Allah and the messenger. Please see this. What is this that he's saying to the polytheists? Unjust, unjustifiable, unjustified, unfair, totally, right? So Surah Taqweer ayat, can we say that this Rasul Kareem can be associated with Allah in this manner? Surah 81 ayat 20 now. Who is possessed of power with the owner of the throne, secure. With Ainda, with the owner of the throne, secure. Rasul Kareem, who is possessed of power. See 19. Of course, so Rasul Kareem, the possessor of power, with the owner, he's with Allah as the owner, the owner of the throne, Allah as the owner of the throne, secure. Rasul Kareem, if this is not association with Allah, what is? With. What has he associated with himself? Who has he associated with himself? Not only his attributes, but Rasul Kareem. Yes, yes, they are not informing you. They are not informing Allah of what he doesn't know. The polytheists are not informing Allah of what he doesn't know. Surah Yunus, ayat 18. Do you inform Allah of something he does not know? You see, look at his will, and they've told you, the polytheists, that if, and he has even told you here, if Allah had intended to take a son, this would be associating with them, right? He could have chosen from what he creates whatever he willed. Association with him? Oh, Surah Maryam ayat, right? This would be association with him. By intending to have a son, choosing from what he has created or whatever he willed. They ascribe a son to Allah. This is association, right? This would have been association if Allah in Surah Zumar, what he said as he willed and intended, willed from his creation chosen, had a son. they should invoke, had a son, made a son, taken a son, right? Surah Maryam ayat 91. What? They should invoke a son for the most gracious, invoking. Shakir says that they ascribe a son to the beneficent Allah. So it is like Allah would have a partner. There would be association with Allah, right? A partner with Allah. Or they invoke, like they do dua, that they attribute to the most merciful a son. They ascribe, they associate, they invoke. Oh, let's see. Dua, invoking, Surah 19 ayat 91 in Quran.com. Oh my God. Da'aw. Da'aw. It's, do they invoke to the merciful a son? Now here it's not attribute. Here it's da'aw. Yeah, it is invoke, actually. It's not association. Oh my goodness. At it, the skies are ready to burst the earth. Okay, let's go to it. Surely you have made a monstrous statement. Here. They say that Allah has taken the most gracious son. Allah has taken, none shall have the power of intercession, but such a one as has received permission from the most gracious, right? Or who is close to the, except the one who has taken from the most gracious. Okay, a covenant, not close. So, and they say the most merciful has taken a son. That's what Allah said in Surah Zumar ayat, that if I intended, I would have taken a son from what I've created. Choose from what I've created and whatever I willed in my words. Surah Zumar ayat 4. So this would be attributing with Allah partners, right? If he had just intended, but exalted to see, like his intention, his will. He has condemned. They, through his intention, Allah's intention and his will, he can be a, he can have associates. Oh my God. And he's blaming these poor Christians now. Here. There he blames the polytheists somewhere. Surah Zumarat. And now the Christians are also polytheists. And the pagan polytheists and the idol worshipper polytheists. And even Jews he's made polytheists. And having a son, saying that Azar is the son of Allah. And of course, the Bible says, if you look at the Old Testament, forget Azar having the son. But you know, like I'm just even they're all children of God. Forget the Bible. You see, don't concentrate on the Bible. Right now, we're on the Quran. I would tell myself to. First, look at your mistakes, your Allah, Supreme God's mistakes. You should not have a mouth for the against the Christians as a Muslim or against the Jews. Forget it. Keep quiet. If they're calling you, saying your Quran is horrible, this, that, listen to it. You, of course, what are you going to tell them? Are you going to tell them that the Bible has worse things, other worse things. Are you like, you see, you may be, you're, sorry to say, but you can't argue like this. Your God has, and he's a false God, Allah. He's not this Allah is not true. Polytheist Allah I can say is true. This Allah is not true. Okay? This Allah plagiarized, poor thing, has been taken from the polytheists and put here. Some of the ayats, some of from the Christian Arabs of that time and put here. And made a mess of. You see? Excuse me. Where's that? What have I done? All packets, no. Sorry, excuse me. Oh, here it is. I was sick. Oh, no. I've done nothing much wrong to myself. No, I have done. Anyways, and and they say the most has taken a son. They say because Allah Himself says that if He intended to take a son, He would. And He can. If Allah had intended to take a son, look, His intention, right? With only His intention to take a son, He could have chosen from what He creates, whatever He willed. But now, against that ayat, have you Muslims paid attention? What is against His intention and His will? Tell me. His own attributes. Exalted is He. This attribute, exaltation, which exalts Him, we don't know who He is, but exalted is He. He is Allah. And when He took a testimony from you, He took it as a Lord, the Rabb. Okay? Mind you, notice. Surah 7 ayat 172. Am I not your Lord? Made you testify to Himself as, am I not your Lord, Rabb? Not Allah, not the one, the prevailing. And these are His attributes, which, but His will does not then operate on exalted is He is Allah, the one, the prevailing, and His intention has taken a backseat. They cannot operate anymore to take a son. Allah's intention, not what the Christians are saying, not what Jesus is saying, what Allah is saying here, of His intention. Limit. So it has become no more. Be and it is. His intention, when in Surah Yasin it says, when He makes an intention, irada, He says to it, be and it is. Be and it is. Right? Sorry, I've become a little passionate about this. Emotional. Emotional damage. I'm already damaged, broken. Rob Christian. I don't mean to, but you see, this has done this has given me a great emotional and every way damaged me. So please don't be zalim on yourselves, on your nafs, and leave this religion. And if Allah had intended, so He's done what to His intention? Put a lid on it, limited it. So now no more can He say, be and it is, be and it is, be and it is. When Allah intends a thing to, when Allah intends a thing to be, He says to it, be and it is. When Allah intends a thing, He says to it, be and it is. Kun fayakun has been limited. Okay. Oh, it's so it's early. So this, you see this? So his what Allah tells you here. Take Surah Zumar ayat. When Allah intends a thing, Surah Yasin. And which other surah? But let's see Surah Yasin. When Allah intends a thing, what's happened now? His one intention cannot operate, show function. It's become limited. Kun fayakun. 82, tafsir. No, I don't want tafsir, I want ayat. I'll put ayat. Thank you. It's better. Okay, look. Only his command. Command, amru'u. Okay, it has this command. Only his command. When he intends, right? When he intends a thing, that he says to it, be, and it is. Now what's happened to this? Surah Zumar ayat 4. Can't be. It can be, but exalted is Allah. He's put his intention and command also to say to it, be, and it is. Limiting it because he's exalted himself to such heights that he's brought his intention lower down. Mizan, this. And the scales are sometimes what has to be. Lean on me, count on me, giving you the best that I got. Honey. Sometimes the scales are unbalanced. Our scales, our mizan. Now, what has God done in his mizan? His scales have become unbalanced. Oh, now this not looking good, right? Shaky, shaky. Oh, now he can't say to everything, be and it is. Son, be and it is, my son. I take you as my son. Be and it is. I command you and intend that you, from creation that I've created, be my son, as I willed. I did. Oh, the scales are sometimes, God's scales have been unbalanced. Noteworthy, noteworthy. So that's okay. So I'll take a break, right? And soon, oh my goodness, I didn't see who's this? His Highness Muhammad bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Habibi come to Your Highness, thank you very much. I don't think it is His Highness. Zahra Sheikh इधर है. अच्छा शेख को उर्दू भी आती है? So who are you now? Huh? Sheikh इधर है. Your Highness, happy, very happy Ittihad Eid Day. Belated salutations. Unending. Thank you so much. Dizzy, Highness इधर आ गया है? Lots of love to your mother, Your Highness. And to your family, lots of blessings. नहीं नहीं खुशी. अच्छा अभी तुम पाकिस्तानी हो या इंडियन हो? देखो मजाक नहीं करो मुझसे, मजाक नहीं करो. I will check your channel. Join November 27, 2024. Sheikh. But there's nothing on his channel. Oh, goodness. कभी कभी so am I deluded or how fooled can I be? Your Highness, salutations unending. Thank you so much for what you do for UAE, for your Emiratis, right? So let's see. Let me show you. Who is this acting as His Highness? Has made Sheikh His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Habibi come Dubai. Thank you, Your Highness. I am where you say. I already am. And may God protect you. If you are getting His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, the President of UAE, into trouble with the Muslim believers, please don't do this. I don't think he's Sheikh. Someone has, because I don't want His Highness to be in trouble. I want to protect. This is not His Highness. Ishtiaq, hello. What's this cat? Oh, and no, this is someone who has, Your Highness, it's not His Highness, but, His Highness. We'll find out if someone uses his name, Your Highness, as a reminder of, so a very, very happy, blessed UAE Day, Ittihad Eid Day. I wish I wish for you, and I'm a cat. Ishtiaq is a cat. I wish you, and I wish His Highness. I don't think His Highness, I think Your Highness, thank you very much. Lots of love to you and your mother and your family, your wife, and your children, and your brothers and your sisters, all of them, and your stepmothers, and Abu Dhabi. And I don't think he's, because His Highness Sheikh Mohammed is from Abu Dhabi. Why would His Highness, the President of UAE from Abu Dhabi, tell me to come to Dubai? Thank you so much. If no, that's not true, but you know, Please stop using His Highness's name, because the police will immediately come here and they will get me because I'm an ex-Muslim. And please, you will get, hopefully, may God protect His Highness, the true one, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, from apostasy and all this, the death penalty punishment for apostates. Oh my God, there are, just recently what's happened, Dubai, maybe he will take you out for shopping. No, 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 he doesn't have that time. He's a very busy uh, person to take me out for shopping and all this and waste his money. They already give me enough. Thank you very much. Ishtiaq. ज़हरा शेख इधर है। हाँ, शेख को, हाँ, पुराने शेखों को, अरबों को उर्दू तो आती थी। So this. शेख साहब, आप भी थोड़ा अभी आपको समझ में आया कि आपका रिलीजन झूठा है, ज़ईफ है और हक पे नहीं है। No, Ishtihaq, they are giving me, why should I be so greedy? I don't want any shopping or anything from Sheikh. हमें थोड़ी लूटना है अबू धाबी शेख को, बेचारे को। ओके जी। So this, right? पता नहीं, शायद maybe who are you? ये कोई शेख वेख नहीं है। But lots of blessings and lots of love to your whole family, to you, to your mother. Salutations unending. Okay, now, if you don't mind, I have to complete this, right? So, what kind of a joke is this? Do you want to get my sheikh into trouble with the Muslims? Please don't do this. Remove this name. Please. Okay, now please be serious and remove this name. You don't want my sheikh to. It's not the sheikh. Please, we've had extremists in Dubai from Uzbekistan. They brutally, thoughtlessly, brutally, ruthlessly took a rabbi, young rabbi, 28 years old. Please change your name to your right, proper name, and don't lie. If you impersonate the sheikh, the police will come. You remove this. Remove it. You don't want to get into trouble. Oh my God. So, okay, let's just ignore this. Remove this name, his name. Please remove his name. Yes, yes, Ishtiaq. Please remove your name. Remove it. Please don't put our sheikh in trouble. No, no, he's not the sheikh. Just ignore him. I should also. So now, I'm not going to remove his name. He should remove it. He's not true Sheikh Muhammad. If you look, please remove your name. You might get into trouble. So, do you get this? All this? How messed up, how misguided you are. It really, so shocking. Still so painful for me to accept this. So the sooner you leave Islam, the better. Ishtiaq, brother, thank you for the thumbs up. Yes, you got it, Ishtiaq, brother. Oh, great. So the sooner you leave this and at an earlier age, it will not be that shocking for you. The sooner you realize, for us, maybe like 4 or 5 years now, I realize my religion, how it's lied, how it's misguided me, how it's deceived me. And oh, Muslims, believers, you will not get clarity. You will not, although your intentions may be true, that is okay. But this religion, what it does, it makes you hate or go against other religions. That's not good. That's not fair. That's not just. So all this injustice happening. Although you would say, oh, our intentions are good, we'll just stick to this religion. Yes, they say whoever is in search of God finds God. But you see, this religion has many things against other religions and strongly against other religions. It does not accept other religions at all, totally intolerant towards other religions. And it has deceived you greatly. Hi, I'm from Switzerland, and you? I cannot say where I'm from right now. When someone asks me, I feel afraid. On my own, I can say where I'm from. So you may find out easily where I'm from. Uh, Greetings to you, Ishtiaq, brother. Good to see you here. Hope you're doing great in Switzerland. And I'm sure you are. Beautiful, beautiful country, city. Switzerland, Geneva. No, Zurich, country. Zurich, you're from Switzerland. Oh, okay. Best regards to, if you have a family there, to your family, my loving regards. Thank you so much, brother, for being here. So if you can help me, help the Muslims leave Islam immediately. This, I don't know how to say it in my own words, really, that this religion, such misguidance it has. Although you may, with your clean intention, and be a moderate liberal Muslim, but ask yourselves, are you really doing justice by this? Not liberal. Listen to Musab Hassan. Okay, I'm sister. Thank you. I support you. Oh, sister, my loving regards to you. Thank you for your support. Thanks a lot. Okay, I'm sister. Oh, you're a female. Hello, sister. Welcome. I haven't had a female here for a long time. Loving regards to you and your family. So hope you are an ex-Muslim, but don't tell me here for your own safety, please. You know, a very safe place like Abu Dhabi has the extremist terrorists, Muslim terrorists. You don't want to know what they did to a young rabbi in Abu Dhabi. Okay, so I just hope that you have left Islam. I can see just, okay, maybe you're not a Muslim. Okay, so you get it, conjecture, then belief, then it's surety, Zana. For the believers, Allah has used the same word to mean certainty, surety, right? And I wish we knew like how to, maybe those polities knew how to calculate themselves, their mind to believe or to have this through some guidance on their thoughts, like not using akal, right? Not using the intellect or what sabun, or little bit like in nursery, you, like we say, like that's the nursery intellect, and then higher is that spiritual level. How they reached that spiritual level to bind their mind, right? Or even through scientific calculations or what, to believe, to have this sabun that they are doing doing good. What does this sabun actually mean? And if you use the intellect, you could only be using your intellect, your reason. But this sabun that he has used, Allah has used to make it seem like they just think that they are doing good. Maududi puts belief, but it's not belief. The word is not believe. The word is sabun. The word is not iman. Look, carry on. No, please call me sister. Why are you calling me madam? Carry on, madam. I'm now agnostic. Best of luck. Oh, okay. Oh, please don't, sister, don't call me madam. Please call me sister. Next time, don't call me. Thank you, thank you. Best of luck to you too. Best of luck. Best wishes. I don't believe in luck or anything, but I believe, I guess. And I don't believe, I just take. But thank you so much, sister. And please don't call me madam. So, akal, you see, through akal, we can use reason. Okay, sister. And thank you for the heart. Thank you for the love. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much. Thank you. I wish I had this kind of love to give. Oh, yeah, I do give it. But because you actually, I don't have any love, but it's, the sheikhs and all of you who have a big heart giving me your love. And may one day my heart open to your love. Ah, my heart's been closed. But yes, UAE, and much thanks to UAE and Humans, beautiful humans like you, Ishtiaq, sister, giving me love. Uh, w- I wish for you so much that I can't say. I hope you realize that you are love. You are divine love. And we're here to demonstrate that and share it. So, akal, let's see, akal and even reflection. You see the way Allah has used reflection. Do you think I should take a break and then next time, maybe another day, continue? I have a lot of love to give. Oh, wow, amazing. Thank you. Lovely to have you here. I'm so honored to have you here. This means you must be really, really special. If you have so much love to give, ah, wonderful. Oh, amazing, amazing. You're most welcome, sister. Ishtiaq says, thank you, sister. Oh, so I have to show the Ishtiaq. I'm going to, yeah, I have to show this, right? Preserve this. How can I? Why isn't it coming here? Here it is. This is such a gift. It's the best gift anyone can give. Love. So my shopping is done. Sorry, I don't need to do shopping. I have your love. It's really something. It's the best thing, the greatest thing ever. So I'm going to end this. I'm too overwhelmed, Ishtia. You've now made me too overwhelmed. So then I'll continue with this later. I hope I can cherish this love you have given me. So always, I also honor your work. Oh my God. I have no words. I'm speechless. Ishtiaq, sister, beautiful sister, I'm speechless. Thank you so much. I mean, no, thank you is not enough. I wish you all the best, and you must be blessed, and you wonderful. What can I wish you? But that you are abundance. You are the universe. You are special, sent. You are God sent. You are universe sent. You are a blessing. Okay, before I get overwhelmed, because I've never had so much. Recently, I've just been so squeezed out of goodness and everything. So I'm going to, you've made my day, and I hope I cherish this forever, as long as I live, and even after that love doesn't end. And maybe that will bring me back to this life, give me new life or eternal life. Love does that. So I cannot thank you enough. Beautiful, wonderful sister. You're such a wonder. You must be wonderful. Awesome. I will visit whenever I'm free. Sure. Oh, that would be so great. I would love that. I would love to have you here. So sorry I have taken so much of your time. It's like 2 hours and how many minutes? The other device, 30 minutes. So I don't want to take much of your time. sister. I know you have lots of things to do, and I have to keep it then short and let you go, not trouble any of you further or take your precious, precious time, but love to be with you all. In love, united, always. Best thing. This is the greatest healing, you know. If you keep telling me this, that you love me, love me, love me, and I would perhaps then heal, right? You have a lot of love. Only with a lot of love can you heal another. That's what I believed in. Okay, sister, take care. Okay, sister, you too, wonderful, beautiful sister. Maybe you be, you are taken care of. You know that? And I'm taken care of by your love, by you all sustain me with your love, your kindness, your compassion, and all the rest of you. That is all that is beautiful in you. You sustain me with that, with your wonderfulness, and with your love, especially above all, with your love. Thank you so much. You can heal the world. That's what I believed in. Yes, I see positivity and try to cherish it. Yes, that is wonderful. That's wonderful. Ah, that's wonderful. Okay, you see positivity. So, like negativity, like people suffering and all this, it doesn't affect you. It must affect you. I'm sure it affects you. People suffering with diseases, going insane. So, how do you manage to keep your mind on, or maybe your heart on positivity? Maybe just being grateful for every moment that we're living, every breath in love, as love. Okay. Wish that we would not harm humanity, human beings. Negativity affects me, but I do a bit in Indian meditation. Yeah, oh, okay. The Indus, no, Indian meditation. I see. So that helps. Even Indian meditation doesn't help me. What helps me is a little bit qigong. Qigong really helps me. A lot of negativity in this world. Like I cannot take it. Maybe because it feels like I have chronic fatigue and other conditions. So when you are weak, your health is that I've broken. I feel I'm broken. So that's good, sister. You have this positivity still, and you haven't lost it. You can, still have that strength and power. It's very important in this world. Otherwise, how can we save others if we become weak and depressed and sad and all this drooling in negativity or consumated by this negativity in the world? Okay, I like to motivate people through love and care. Yes, so this is what I'm surviving on. Like, yeah, love, maybe not love, but care, I would say, or compassion. Does it drain you? Maybe you have compassion actually. Wonderful. Motivate people through love and care. Amazing. I can feel a little bit, it's after a long time that I can feel this little peace, a little like in my heart, in my very bitter, closed heart that was very heavy. Compassion is the right word. Thank you. Yes, yes, I can see that because it doesn't drain you, right? Caring for people could make you anxious and make you, like RJ has said recently. I was seeing one of his videos on YouTube. Yeah, I think compassion is the right word. Thank you. Thank you, RJ, also from YouTube. I don't think he's here. He's got a channel. So, sister, I better go now. But you've given me this. You have, there's a lot of negativity, evil, heavy heart, very heavy, like a wall, like a demon on my chest, in my heart, demonic feeling that's hurting me. And you know what you've done? It's like something's gone through. So thank you for expressing this and coming today to tell me. It's like, a light, certain light spark going through inside my heart. Take my heart. It's warm and cozy. No, I don't want to take your heart. Please, you keep your heart, sister. A beautiful, special sister. Very special sister. But this is so wonderful. Your heart is warm and cozy. Good day. See you soon. Yes, a very wonderful, great day to you. Beautiful, wonderful day to you all who have been here and are quiet also, who will be coming here to see this, watch this. Thank you. Take care. Wish you all the best. And remember, don't even remember, just hope you get the insight, the help that to leave, that gives you the strength to leave Islam, and the insight, and you know become fearless also to leave Islam and never come back to it. And I will be here reminding you all the time, giving you different ayats to leave Islam, showing you how we've been deceived. Okay, thank you so much, all of you, and sister, wonderful sister, you too. Hope you realize you are all wonderful human beings. We're here to share love and compassion. Okay, thank you very much. Have a wonderful, beautiful, absolutely beautiful, blissful day always. And a life, beautiful, wonderful, blissful, abundant, as abundant as you are, truly, and you are blessed. You are divine if you believe in divinity. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you so much for taking your precious time to be here. All of you, thank you so much. Really appreciate your help, your support, your love, your attention here, and your participation.